This is important. And this brings up a couple of different issues. So I definitely want to talk about this. I think I heard you mention that you've been moving away from social media marketing. Can you talk a little more about why? If you do plan on keeping a social presence, what platform will you use the most? Okay, so I'm definitely not moving away from social media marketing, but I think I know where this confusion is coming from. Social media is wonderful. Social media is one of the best and cheapest ways to attract cold traffic. For new students to find you and not have to spend a ton of money, social media is absolutely the best. Okay, so not moving away from social media marketing. The platform that you use will depend on two things. It'll depend on where your audience hangs out and which platform you're most comfortable using. So it's different for all of us. I personally started with Facebook and YouTube for my accent training students, and that's worked really well. For non-native speakers, I've gotten most of my private sessions and referrals to my online course through YouTube. Right now but my actors are different. My actors are more active on Instagram because they tend to be a little younger, more creative types. I don't know, but the actors tend to be, I get more conversions through Instagram. So if I wanted more acting students, I might consider going there. If you work with corporate, more professionals, you might want to consider LinkedIn. That might be better for you. If it's an older demographic or a really specific audience that has a community on Facebook, for example, if you can find groups of your target audience on Facebook, that might be a better choice. So it really does depend. And you also want something that you're comfortable with. If you're not comfortable using, I think I could do really well on LinkedIn. I'm just not super savvy with it at this point in time. That could change. Go with what you're comfortable with at first and think about where your audience hangs out. Okay. So going back to the original question about social media, you want a presence on social media. It's one of the best ways to find new students. We got that. However, and this is a big however, and some of you, you know who you are. If you don't have a plan to turn your cold traffic into a paying customer, it's worthless. If you have a ton of followers on social media, but they're not converted, if you don't have a plan, if you don't have a customer journey that we did at the beginning of today's session to turn them into a paying customer, you're wasting your time and you're wasting your money. So you have to have a plan to convert those followers into paying customers. And the way to do that is the mapped out customer journey, but more than that, it's your email list. You have to have an email list. You have to have those sequences set up, okay? And this is exactly what I teach in the marketing course. It's all about the customer journey. If this is all new to you, we go through it and I get pretty specific about how to write everything and set everything up. So it's all in the course. But Facebook ads, which is the social media, they go to your lead magnet. And if you're really active on social media, you can also just send your followers to your lead magnet. You can talk about your lead magnet so that they go there and sign up. So social media is great for that. But they need to opt in. They need to get to know you and your services through your welcome sequence. They need to continue that conversation with you because we know that it can take months for someone to feel comfortable enough to purchase from us or enroll in our sessions. So we want to make sure that we're being consistent using the system that we talk about in the marketing course, that we're always there ready and waiting for them when they're ready to enroll with us. So they're both important. They are both important, but the email list is more important than social media. Also, and I do want to bring this up. There are some big and not so great changes coming to Facebook ads in a few weeks. And I know some of you know about this if you follow anybody in marketing. Apple is implementing some new privacy updates that will affect the Facebook pixel. It's going to affect the ability to track who's clicking on your ads, who's visiting your website. It's going to Facebook's not going to be able to track everything the way they are right now. It's going to affect conversions and the accuracy of targeting and specifically retargeting your audience. So nobody really knows what's going to happen. I'm not a Facebook ad expert, but even the experts have said they don't really know what's going to happen. And I think it's happening in March, maybe like soon. It's a few weeks. But what I want you to know is that this is a really great example of how important email is to your business. Once you have that list of subscribers, you own them. You don't own them, but you own the right to market to them, no matter what happens with Apple, with Facebook, with Instagram. Things change all the time. And I talk about this in the course too, how we used to pay just to get likes because everyone who liked our page on Facebook would see every one of our posts. And then they changed that and so these changes, they're big, but I'm sure people will find ways to work around it. Social media is going to be constantly changing, but if you have those subscribers on your email list, no one can take that away from you. So definitely important to do both. Email list is more important, and that's what's going to make the sales. All right. So it's not that I'm moving away from social media. I just want to make sure you have both, that you understand the difference, and that you're leveraging both options, using all of it to keep your business growing. Okay, good.